Okay, I'm to my first village today. We had to take a nice long ride, and it's called Saakpuli. It's really, really beautiful. Real basic. All these basic. And so I've been promised I'm actually going to be able to go inside one. I'm gonna go in their stuff. I'm gonna see what's happening in there. Cause this is a little dream of mine. I love traditional housing. I love my friend Lexine because she's just like me. Love that traditional house. And so we're waiting. But in the meantime, I'm kind of just walking around, checking some of them out. Then I got me a couple of little friends. I'm always gonna pick up a few buddies. Animals, elders, children. That's my claim to fame. Okay. I had to ask Adam. Yeah, he did not teach me. He a marvelous tour guide, but he did not teach me that when I'm with the Muslims, I need to bow a little bit, right?
Actually, I mentioned that yesterday.
No, you didn't mention it. You got to really get my attention.
I said, yeah, I mentioned.
Well, you got to say it 2-3 times to me. So what I supposed to do? I want y'all to see, so you'll know. All right. So what we do? What I'm supposed to do when I meet? Show them.
Okay. So normally, you have to go like this.
Yeah, you told me that. The squat. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to go down that low?
You have to go, but
okay.
They might also tell
Will they accept? Will they accept a bow?
Yeah, they will accept.
Because I just did it with the gentleman, and they like that.
They will accept.
Okay.
They will accept. But like a chief seated, yeah, you have to go more down. But for you, they will allow you to just sit.
Yeah, but I want to try.
Yeah. Okay.
But if I get stuck, you got me, right?
Yeah, and you can also just sit. You can also just sit.
Okay, I can sit. I can do the sit. I can do the sit. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So now I learned that. So when you come north, you're not going to do the fist bump, the handshake. You're going to actually do a bit of a bow. Well, it ain't a bit of a bow. He was talking about like a deep squat. I haven't seen that stuff since Uganda. So yeah, they're very formal that way. What I did was, though, I did do the bend forward. I did bow that way, and that seemed to be acceptable. So I'm learning more as I'm hanging out with my northern extended family. Let's see what's going on. I got some kids over here staring at me. They keep looking at me. Why you keep staring at me? Why you keep looking at me? Hey, how are you? Nice to meet you. So they taking me to the palace over here. That's kind of exciting.
Can I introduce the village?
Okay, tell me about this wonderful village and where I'm going.
Right. So we are right at a village called Saakpuli. Saakpuli is one of the Dagbon villages. Okay. One of the oldest village in Dagbon, and it's a slave camp. Mm-hmm. You won't realize that about 70% of the enslaved who were captured from Ghana came through the northern part of the country. And Saakpuli is not exempted.
Wow.
At Saakpuli, during the 1700 slave trade in Saakpuli, there were a lot of the enslaved who were captured from here. They were camped here, and they were forced to dig a lot of wells. And these wells are still relics that exist. They still have.
Are they only relics or are they useful?
They are for relics.
Okay.
And they also have some few chains.
Okay.
Just to prove the activity
that they
here.
was here. Mm-hmm.
And the original baobab, whose roots slaves were shackled against for sale, is still in existence.
Okay.
So shortly we are going to see that original baobab tree. Baobab is considered a tree of life here.
Right.
Yes. And the leaves of baobab is edible. So baobab is a spiritual tree.
Wow.
So we are now going to the palace, and we observe all the palace protocols. We meet the chief and his elders.
Okay.
We try to learn about the village and their lifestyle here.
Okay.
Once again, you are welcome to Saakpuli.
See, this is a big trip. This is a big trip. So this is some ancestral experience as well for me. Okay. Okay, this is the palace. We're waiting for them. They're gonna come and lead us in. It's pretty nice.
you've been invited to receive kola nuts. It's a symbol of reception, a symbol that is the power of kola nuts. Now, Chief officially welcome us all here to his palace.
Thank you.
So the kan namo wanyame into kul kan na trene samba. Semi gal sagalam nyo. Wole ka ijiaka. So ka ko tula ko no ka tinya. Duyan ma be na poso ya o le o bien ma. Dalam pahe. Ko yara mo de bantu son de combien toi. Uga malo taba. Uno lormane urachem katide te tour comme lor namne intate fona fona. Ka de mukso de dawo tamana mbokam. Kama tentir comme wahla tena sama. Kaptemo no ko na pona tede le kul bo bo hati comme ma mukso ni nyesha. Kalama te taba lahbale. Ko do bambiyan ko social into de song tum wana ne ko mi etoma. Rezo do ka pa ma katide te kana just ask our mission, and I explained we are here as part of tracing the footprints of our ancestors here. And that apart, we are also here to assess their water situations.
Yeah.
This is simply a reason why we are here. Now, I'm going to he's grateful for our coming. It's a good news that he's grateful. Tukun nang lakma minti bisi dia toa kali cang toma kasus
so now zo to ko la mo so to bana ku dia la mo so man kaman captain ma na ku dia ko ma.
So water has been a problem since ages, since the time of the the slave trade. They were really suffering for water, and some of them died out of problems of water. So it's one of the reasons why they dug some of the wells, just to be able to survive because of the scarcity of water. They were able to have more water. And up to now, the water crisis is still not solved. They are still having water problems.
What would solve it?
To na kama pune bonne to entum lala de kom doro
Man pan mo pu de mala der bon ti jeli pu man jeli la la du son ka ni ka do ja no du biela son piamo tinya karmela na so bia fu du ka dri nya du ni ya ran tu tu ka ta ka ka blani form.
They say they will be more than happy if their dam is expanded for them.
Oh, so they do have a dam.
They do have a dam.
Yeah. And can I ask why to now has it not been expanded?
Ne akama pune bon cheka ganchang sa hamone mokalma dina kulbi jalbe.
You come to Saudi, you come in here. You try to love the Biara. Do books in the song. You know, you can want to do a new pool on the other ticket. To the books matter at no mind.
Ka sambo shabu kanate song.
So now, can I song?
They've not had any external help.
Oh.
And they contributed and tried to start it.
Okay.
And that's why it's still looking small.
Okay.
So they're still looking for more help to expand it. They really contributed, and that is the farthest they could go.
Okay. And so they need the manpower and the equipment?
Right.
Okay. And do they know what, in general, what the cost is?
Ne angulma ne ba pon ne de ne son sen say borma de ne kama machine sa de yen jule ne kula hankal sa de yen jule ne kara yimi de nyesham de la sab ne nyesham kama an to ne la sel ka to bi mo kala so he said they can't tell the cost now until they bring in an expert to estimate it.
And to bring in the expert, is that a cost? What does it cost to have the expert come?
Niya zang bangdwana o today o tenan de lasa ne kama ala yenya be bongur le sol boyan buya sol ki kuto de o kuto kana de bolen yem mukso dan o kan kama
ko gurtu so ma ya ai bol ne na ko tenan ka kuto yi ma ama ai bol mun ba matuma ko yin jama ti bol tuma la tuma ai gere do dinya bi shali ko ba di ba lo ka ti di tinya ama nyema nyanga ti zanka kuto bo no ma she ka to sponge.
He said sometimes the fear of the cost of the experts when he comes, and maybe they are unable to just settle him the day he comes. That would be another problem. A reason why it has delayed to this day.
Okay, but what I want is that they tell me the cost of the expert and that I help them there. Okay, for me, that's a starting point to assist them.
Ne pirgo o borma ne yu bohabam mu yankana te lehlema wayan de laksel ko to na en sontele le denia ye pirgo dan pat ma ko mu yankata le ma yi to yo bankama yi ka aka te lehna ala ye ye ko bankama do mu atika na son la la ko ka te le ka bam mo ba ni yela la de shakam mo ye ye na fa be yen do le sham when I to Madam Moki, but I told you that my mom was so yes. That's his contribution. So, Madam Moki, Salon come to my pahu on two pahi.
Young work out as I'm the young. At the young sugar. Never done it. Milan, I was so young. Cut to a daughter. I was in.
We are so happy of your coming. We believe, and it is true, that a lot of our ancestors were sent from this place. And once you are coming back, you guys are coming back and to visit the original places that you come from, we are really grateful. That's what he said.
No, but I'm the man. At the Baba, the woman, got a sort of now and Kilva. Never put a young. Don't you Mr. Granton down to the now was one black cap, some mark of
yeah. As many are in abroad, they are always praying that you should come back home. And they've seen that people are coming home. And the tourism business here, or the ecotourism project, started by an African American. And up to now, they are not seeing improvement because there are a lot of needs for the ecotourism project too.
I think was an open land. To was uncle, no matter what Halama. To my being in your work, I was on my view. Can I want to tell what happened? I put no young woman. There was an hour, but the young one, but I'm about the young woman. Got to know the man. I'm a sack, I'm some Miss Mark was here. How I got to young to support a young most of it, so you should I connect you. Well, that's a no worry, I don't buy a hat. I'm trying to meet
No, the structure man.
Never took one character measure for me. Well, I'm going to my character guy. But we won't bring one character guy. Tell me how much. How? Mother is telling man. They mean a young one. The yard for my character song.
We've been hoping that as African Americans are coming back home, majority of them will come and see Saakpuli in a different, in a very developed environment, but they're still in a very undeveloped environment. A lot of them has come and made promises, but they've not been able to fulfill it. Just a year ago, some came and they promised that they will build school for the children. This village has not got school, but they've not built the structure. I think they sit under trees for education. So these are all things that is hindering their development. That is what he said. Chief and his elders are grateful for your coming. Our mission here is a very good news. So what Chief can only say is that he's praying for you. God be behind you and then make your vision come true. That's what he's saying.
For my purpose here is the issue of water.
No kanna ma mun kunyala kom ye toka nyo ode tok kane o kanna mo mane.
And before you can have good schools, a good clinic, a good hospital, you need that issue solved.
Oye katite male shukuru kamala ashikte yomo. Kom ye tuli. Zo ti go to tum kom duruma. Ja yele kam tum bortul ma go to kunya nasara.
So I don't make promises. I only do what I can do. And this one is solvable, is within range to solve. So I'm happy and proud you've received me. But what I need is to know what it costs for them to tell us the problem, and then send back that money so that you can get that done first.
No kubor sam tule kama on punyel ba Allah kar yende kokte kan chang muyan kanaba bangdana Allah yenye den na kunye tule o kana tede otobo sonsam ka bangdama kana tede bankama ngonye nyel o kana zante oniruma.
Tell them the second thing is that I want to draw attention to what the real needs are so that they'll be fulfilled.
So coming and got the future, Bangman Napon, Ponapon, Shelton, then late tomorrow. So then that's when you be shakana, or then late mama, late to Akuna. Then young, to my young, to be to Anaka. You today, you're a Bangman name, Mission. Dear Mission, no charge of Kenya, the child.
Chief is suggesting that bringing the experts will take about 3,000. His transportation and we call it workmanship.
3,000 Ghana?
Yeah, that's what the chief is suggesting. And that apart, I will translate what he said. Ne den lanye de lampaya nyame. Wonlan cheka oniruma zabang. Yongo muso kam den pal kama tin kuye shela
That's 3,000 just for him to tell the problem?
Yes. I mean, for the expert to come and tell the problem.
Survey. See how the dam can be dug,
right.
Where it should be dug, how it should be dug.
I think they still have the dam, there's the expansion.
The expansion,
Tony associating the film Miss Saloma, so come to her come carry changing that. The Lambama.
They expect my Isaac Bangla. You know, I'm born on the life.
The Lambia.
For Madame I get that and only am just a little bit the mamma.
And one who bought me near my really skilled at farming. So when the dam is expanded, you can help them in their kind of vegetable whatever, using it as a source of water for their farms too. Say that you see these people with the hats, you can see that they look alike and a bit different from the others.
They do.
These are the Fulani herdsmen. They came from Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger area, settled here with them. They are taking care of some people's cattle, their own cattle, and the cattle from this village. And they also get water from the dam for their animals. So whenever it dries, it's a very big problem. And sometimes when it dries, they kind of move their cattle away.
Oh,
because
so
they
it
can't
hurts.
get the water to here in the community.
I got you.
She's emphasizing the woman's contribution, that when the dam expanded, during the dry season, they don't do any work here. So they'll be doing kind of off-season crops. They'll be growing off-season crops like tomato and, any other vegetable.
So they need the water.
Yeah, they need
it's
the
still
water.
back to the water.
Right,
Yeah.
it's coming back to the water. He said the scarcity of the water delays all their works during the day. So every morning she has to go and join a queue. She will not know when the queue will reach her. So that is another major problem. He's talking on behalf of the chief that he's so happy and so happy for your coming. Your message is so, they are excited about your message. They are really excited. He's feeling that once you are there, you don't forget your roots. You do not forget your roots.
No, I don't.
That is the reason why you are here. So he's so grateful. That's what he said. I think we are done. So then the teaching had to bring
That we send funds back to. Who is that person? I send it to you and you deal with it? How does that
you
work?
can send to me and I deal with them. And these people are just the right people to also receive funds.
Okay, so we just left our meeting with the chief and the elders in the community. And one thing we know for sure is that the water issue has to be solved. They have other issues. They mentioned school and this and that and people who have promised them things. But we can't move forward without solving their water. You can't run a great school. You can't have really much of anything that's effective because humanity, your humanity is wrapped up in water. We need it. It's not optional. We simply need it. So one of the saddest things, and I really had to fight back tears, is to know that this water issue has been here for some decades now. It's been here for some centuries. And so even when we were captured and held for slavery, we was digging our own little wells in order to even be sustained for that. So, and it still hasn't been solved since that time. What year was that?
The 1700s.
1700s. That's how long water has been an issue here. So they had a surveyor come out, and they do have a beginning of a well. We're going to go to it, but it's still not complete. And people keep picking them up and putting them down. They start, they stop, they don't stay consistent. There seems to be an integrity issue dealing with this village, that this is a consistent issue across the north, but it's really, really apparent here. So my commitment to them is to give them the seed money, to have the surveyor come out to tell them how their dam can be expanded. I'm gonna go see the dam and see what's happening with it. But that was what their biggest plea was. They really wanted their dam expanded. So I'm gonna walk there and to a few other spots. But yeah, I had to fight back tears. All the way from the 1700s, you're still fighting the same issue. And people have come here and promised them things, started, stopped, not stayed committed, including African Americans. They threw us in the back. They know that we're returning home. We're looking at our ancestry. But we have to stay faithful to the things that we promise our own people, whether we're continental Africans or whether we're diasporan.
You beautify me. You sustain